There are sacrifices that you have to recognize that you're going to need to make in order to make it to where you want to be. If you don't want to stay still, then you need to take that one step forward to make yourself that much better of a person. I keep thinking that I sound absolutely batshit crazy, conceited. I have created a vlog channel. If you want something bad enough, you will make time for it. If you want to create bad enough, you will create.
Welcome back to Kickin with Katelyn.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, Kickin' It with Katelyn. Today I am by myself. I feel like a crazy person again, like when I used to sit here for an hour and talk to myself. That's what it feels like, but that's where we started at. Back to intro. I don't have a guest here with me today because we reached 100 subscribers. I know. How anticlimactic. But yes, so I asked you on my Instagram for questions, kickinitw.Katelyn on Instagram and TikTok, and I got some questions, but I also gave a poll to see if you wanted me to answer questions or if you wanted me to sit here and yap. I am, I guess, a people pleaser. I am an audience pleaser, so I'm gonna sit here and do both. I don't know how long this episode is gonna be, but hopefully I can get it done in 30 minutes. I have a big fat mouth, and I haven't spoken to you guys by myself in a really long time, so there's a lot of catching up that we have to do. So we're starting with the yap session. We reached 100 subscribers! Oh my gosh, I don't know how to feel about it. I am very happy that we reached it, but also, when are we going to reach 1,000? Because I'm ready for that 1K. I know that sounds greedy of me, but I want more. Is that really that bad of a thing to say? I am trying to do better at not overlooking my achievements because 100 subscribers, that's 100 people. And it's one thing to follow and like on Instagram, but it's another thing to get someone to subscribe to you on YouTube. I don't know why it's so hard, but it is. It's really hard. And I need to take a moment and be proud of myself for making it here because I have put a lot of fucking effort into this show. And if you've been with me since the beginning, thank you so much. This feels stupid, but I know I need to do my own praising to myself. And I say it feels stupid because it's just 100 people, but also at the same time, it's 100 people. So thank you so much if you've been watching and if you've been liking. I'm trying to get y'all to comment on this stuff, but that will be a battle that I have to fight with myself and you guys later. That's not what you're here to listen to. So moving on into my life, because that's literally why we're here. I don't know how to say this subtly, so I'm going to say it. I'm just going to rip off the Band-Aid. I'm moving. I know, I'm moving. Waffle jumped. Sorry, Waffle. I am going to be moving to the Dallas area. Yeah. I'm moving to Dalaska. I hate the cold, but also I'm going to be going. Stupid. Okay, not calling myself. That phrase was stupid. Can you tell how excited I am? Oh my gosh, okay. I am going to be living near UNT, where I will be going to school at. I'm actually going this weekend to Denton to go and visit and go apartment hunting. I'm really excited. It is bittersweet, I would say, just because at a business stance, I probably shouldn't be talking you through this process, but I love to have a guest, and I do have some friends in the Dallas area. Not all of them are extroverted. I've had some introverts on here, but I really had to fight them to get on here. So we'll see. You may be stuck with listening to me yap about my life. Scary, not scary. Oh, gosh. I know you asked me to talk about my life, but I feel like I don't like to sit here and just pour all of the things that I'm going through on here. I know this is hard. I wish there was a guest here, but also I don't wish there was a guest here. And I always feel like every time I stutter, I want to start over. So if you're starting a podcast soon, like, just keep going. Editing you will be like, you're so silly, girl. Just keep going. Just keep going. Okay. Yes. So I'm moving. I'm really excited about that. And I do want to create more content about me. I know that sounds conceited as fuck, but realistically, like, I always have me to make content with, and I don't always have a guest. Gosh, managing and getting people here on time and working with their schedule is so difficult. And sometimes I do really wish that I could do a solo episode, but I know that I want to work on the guest-based format. So I've been really trying to stick to that. But maybe when I move to the Dallas area, it may just be solo me. And I'm going to be oversharing with you guys constantly. So yeah. With that being said, I have created a vlog channel. I know. You're probably like, I'm sick of seeing you, girl. I am sick. Okay. First of all, I am creating a vlog channel because I feel like I don't have enough time to sit here and tell you about myself when you truly are tuning in to see and hear about my life. And I keep thinking that I sound absolutely batshit crazy, conceited whenever I say this, but I do get people like commenting and asking me to share more about me and what I do because, like, I'm pretty freaking cool. Okay, I've worked really hard to be a cool person, and I do like to share, my thoughts and my opinions and my life with the internet. So instead of being confined to the podcast format, I'm going to be vlogging. It's called Kickin' It with Katelyn Vlogs. It's KIWK Vlogs. I hope to post weekly. We'll see with me moving. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I'm just going to have it attached to my regular Instagram account, 512.Katelyn. I mean, I feel like I'm missing out by not creating content for my own platform. So that's literally what I'm going to do. But yeah, it may not be weekly. We'll see. I'm still ironing out the kinks. By the time this episode goes live, I will have uploaded a vlog because I am actually vlogging me doing this. But I'm not going to sit here and hold you to watch a video when you already don't have that much time in the day to listen to me talk about nothing, because sometimes my life is ultra super boring and I don't really want to share that with you because I don't want you to feel like you're wasting your time. Another reason that I'm starting the vlog channel is because I have come to hate editing. And I originally entered this world, the entertainment world, to be an editor. And for me to sit here and just follow this copy and paste podcast, like, format, it's taken my love of editing away. And with vlogging, I can edit however I want because I'm not going to have to stick to a format. So yeah, I feel like I'm venting, but that's why you listen to podcasts. So anyways, we are going to get into the question and answer Q&A part of the podcast. I only have questions written down. I haven't thought them out. So we'll see how this goes. Okay. First question. What was my favorite part of doing the podcast when I started versus now? Okay. Now I have to sit here and think a little while. Gosh, you guys are making me reflect on my life. When I first started to do the podcast, I loved how new and exciting it was. How do I word this? I love the beginning of things because at the beginning, anything is possible. I mean, even now, anything is still possible, but like in the beginning, I could do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I didn't have to follow a specific formula, nor did I have to follow any sort of business plan. I am type A, so I do thrive off of that, but whenever you're pitching ideas and just barely starting to find out who you are, the discovery part of anything is my favorite part, just because it holds so much potential that you don't know exists until you're past that moment. So yeah, I loved that it was new. That was my favorite part of the podcast. Now my favorite part is actually being in the interview. The interview portion of the podcast is the easiest part, I would say. I know this makes me sound like I'm lazy. Obviously, like I put the work in. But whenever I'm interviewing the guests, like I get to sit here and basically like just talk to my friends the whole time as we would regularly. Like I always tell people whenever you come on my show, it's kind of like our monthly debrief. It's just in my house in front of a camera at a studio instead of at Chili's, one margarita in. It ends up being like 3 or 2, blackout drunk at the end of it. But we're just talking like regular. At least I hope that's what you feel it is. That's my favorite part because realistically, like I like podcasting because I'm chatty. So I might as well document it. Next question. Who is my dream guest and what would we talk about? Okay, so if we are speaking in the sense of people I know that will never come on my show because they told me they would never come on my show, I would love to have my mom on here. Not happening. Not happening. She said that she never wants to be on here ever again. I think it would probably be a really freaking good episode. She won't come on. But more realistic dream guests, like what you're looking for celebrity-wise, I would say Remy Cruz or Alicia Marie. My favorite podcast outside of my own, obviously, is Pretty Basic. I also love Pretty Unfiltered, which is with Remy, Alicia, Zane, and Heath. I love them so much. I'm sorry, I keep saying I am so intrigued by the lives that they live. I love to hear about the influencer events. I love to hear about their equipment, their background. They're literally in the world that I want to be in. So I feel like I would sit here and interview them. It wouldn't really be a true discussion. I'm just not at that caliber, but they would probably be at the top of my list just because they have so much wisdom to offer. And many of you also want to be content creators, which is why you're watching me. You're kind of like watching me as a test. I'm the guinea pig. Girl, just make the content. Next. Okay. How do I stay motivated to create? I do have a couple stars next to this one just because I had different people ask me this. But I'm going to be so realistic. I am not always motivated to create. Sometimes I rarely have a day off, but on my days off, there are the days that I work on my podcast because this is a passion project. Like at the end of the day, what I'm doing right now doesn't make me money. This is a passion project. I can understand how you may find it to be difficult to do, your passion project or find time. But if you truly, really love what you're doing, it won't feel like work. I mean, think about this. You don't want to be working your 9 to 5 that you're working at currently for the rest of your life. So you need to put in time on yourself and your passion projects. The thing that separates people from being successful from being unsuccessful is that people who are successful don't stop. It fucking sucks. I'm not going to lie. Like I will sit here at this desk 8 hours in a day working on my podcast. And guess what? That's still not enough. Sometimes I don't go to sleep until like 3 o'clock in the morning and I got to be up at 6. There are sacrifices that you have to recognize that you're going to need to make in order to make it to where you want to be. If you don't want to stay still, then you need to take that one step forward to make yourself that much better of a person. This shit's not easy. It's not. And I try to give myself grace because I'm my own boss. Realistically, I could stop this tomorrow. I could not post again. But when I think back to the me who was working that 9 to 5, who I really wanted to create, but I couldn't create, It's not that you couldn't, it's just the fact that you're not prioritizing it. If you want something bad enough, you will make time for it. If you want to create bad enough, you will create. It's more so of the mindset, because like I have ad nauseum mentioned, like, everyone has 24 hours in the day. It just depends on how you use them. It really does. Like, you need to start thinking in black and white. Do you want to be where you're at right now? Yes or no? Maybe some of you have worked your ass off and you are where you want to be at. You say yes, you're fine. Most of us are thinking no. We don't want to be there. What are you going to do to better yourself to get to the point where you want to be at? It's just that simple. You have to make time for yourself. And when I say for yourself, I don't mean go get your hair done or do your makeup or sing in the shower. Yes, mental health is important and that may add to it. But when I mean yourself, I mean your full self, not just your present self, but also your future self. I think it's kind of silly whenever people are like, oh, take time for yourself. And all they think of is pampering themselves and working on their mental health. Whenever I take time for myself, I am doing work that's going to better me and my portfolio. I don't know how else to put this, but like, I've been saying the same thing over and over again. You just got to do it. You've got to create. Consistency is key when it comes to creating, just because that's what the algorithm likes. It is. I am not super proud of every single episode that I've ever put out, but I also can see that like my guests have taken the time out of their day to sit here with me. I owe it to myself to post this because I've coordinated. I've worked my ass off to get all this set together. I do myself up. To hold my own self accountable, I have to put it back on other people. Like, oh, like I know my guest is going to be here. They've taken time out of their day. I owe it to them to do this. If you don't owe it to yourself, you owe it to other people. You got to dig deep. You just got to dig deep. If you're asking me this question, you're creative. You know it. And you may be struggling with creating. You just got to focus on yourself. Realistically, like, just put something out there. Not everything that you put out there has to be perfect. And I think that's what some people, they think that everything has to be 100% on brand. Just put something out there. Just create. I've been saying that since the beginning. Just create, and the more you create, the more comfortable you're going to be. The more you create, the more you're going to realize, oh, I can do this in this short of amount of time, whereas this one takes me a little bit longer, or I've got my rhythm down, and I know this is going to take me an hour versus when it took me 3 hours at the beginning. You're really practicing for perfect. So just create. I'm not sure if I answered that the way that people wanted me to answer that. I'm not sure if I answered that the way I wanted to answer it, but this is what happens when Katelyn doesn't write down her answers. Okay. Next question. Looking back, what would I do differently? This sounds corny as fuck, but I don't think I would do anything differently. Not even my equipment. Like, I think with equipment, you live and you learn. I mean, there's nothing in here that I have that I would rather replace. I mean, yes, I've gone through different furniture, but that's come with me building my brand. The only thing that I wish I would have done differently is a wallpaper. I love my wallpaper. I'm not sure if it's on brand for me. I would have redone the way that I applied this wallpaper. But as far as topics and shit that I've said, I take none of it back. We live and we learn, and we're going to grow. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I know some people are really concerned about future employers or whatever, but I'm not. I mean, I want to work in the entertainment world for the rest of my life, and everyone who works in entertainment does some sort of a drug. They're alcoholic. Naughty people work in entertainment. Not to say that I am one, but also you've been listening to this podcast. You're going to think of me however you want to. But that's just that. I don't regret anything. Anything that I've said on this podcast, I don't regret it. When you look back on everything you've been a part of creation-wise, what was your favorite? I would say, of course, I love my podcast, but also I'm very comfortable with my podcast, so I'm gonna take this out. I would not say there's any specific production that I've been a part of that was my favorite, but I will say last semester was the happiest I've ever been in all of my schooling. I had a kick-ass film style class at Austin Community College. We made Diva Productions. Just to drop some names, our professor, Nate, TA, Drew. The divas are Tori, Sophie, Anissa, Kat, Chloe, and I. Yes, so anything that I ever created with them was so much fun just because they were so much fun to work with. Out of the semester, we made a film for Anissa, a film for Kat, a film for Sophie, a film for Tori, and a film for myself. That's 5 different productions. I enjoyed working with that team. I think that there's anything that I do with them in the future will always be my favorite thing. They're the kind of people who I have a really hard time saying no to. I am the only one. Well, Drew kind of lives further away too. I live the furthest out of all of us. Most of my life is in North Austin. That's just where I built my community at. And it doesn't matter if I am getting out of work after being there from like 4 o'clock in the morning and I get out at 8 and they're like, hey, we're at Chili's 45th Street, 45th and Lamar, the epic meme Chili's. Katelyn, do you want to come? I'm going to be there. I literally can't say no to them. They are the best. I'm going to stop riding their dick. Okay. We're getting a little personal here. What is a personal challenge you hope to overcome? I'm going to be so honest. I started 75 Hard 3 days ago, and I've been successful all 3 days, even though it was really hard the last 2 days. Because you're ambitious the first day. I think that I've gotten lazy, weak, and heavy, so I'm trying to overcome those. I think I've become lazy in the sense that I will shy away from doing things that I know are difficult. I am heavier than what I usually am, and I'm weak. I mean, the equipment, I want to work production, so I need to be lifting more weight, and that's that. So let me read you how my 75 Hard is going. I heard that the more people you tell, the more inclined you'll be to actually finish it, so this is me trying to do that. So I started March 23rd, and I will finish on June 5th. Here are Katelyn's edition of daily rules. My calorie intake, I'm doing a caloric deficit, so that's the diet that I picked. I am allowed to intake 1,694 calories or less. I will redo that number every 2 weeks when I do a weigh-in because the caloric deficit depends on your weight. I am no weight loss coach, obviously. And I don't know if it's healthy to be redoing your intake based off of your weight every 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this. I am not a teacher in this sense. I'm simply telling you what I'm going to do. So next, I have to do two 45-minute workouts, and one of them must be outside. Totally fine. Super easy. That's been the easiest part, which is crazy. Then I have to drink 1 gallon of water a day. Next, I have to walk 10,000 steps a day, and I have to edit for 30 minutes each day. Now, I know for a fact that on the regular 75 Hard, everyone you have to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book. I'm not doing that. I read over 50 pages of fiction books daily. I don't think there's anything wrong with my mental. Not to say that anyone who reads nonfiction books thinks that anything is wrong with their mental. I don't need a self-help book. I think I'm fine. I'm going to read romance and I'm not going to count that. I added the walk 10,000 steps, and that has been so difficult. I'll do like a strength training workout in the morning, and then I will walk at night. And even after doing my full day of routines, I mean, I work in an office, so this makes sense, but it's still mind-boggling to me. I'll do that, and then I'll walk at night, and I still don't reach 10,000 steps. And I'm like, fuck. So then I gotta sit here and walk in a circle around the neighborhood in the middle of the night, which is scary. I am gonna try to do better at it. It's actually 5 o'clock right now, so at 7, I have to go start my walk so that I can reach those 10,000 steps before it gets dark. The gallon of water a day has actually been one of the easier things along with the workout. The calorie intake is getting better just because I've meal prepped now. Not meal prepped. I made a meal that it's still meal prepping. I don't like to eat the same meal over and over again, so I'll do one meal like that. And the reason that I did a caloric deficit is because I can eat whatever I want, whenever I want, as long as it fits within my calorie intake. So yeah. And I put edit for 30 minutes just because all of my work problems revolve around me not having enough time to edit. And that's because I don't want to edit because I've made it unlikable for myself. So yeah. What's next is the last question. I'm moving and I'm working on my vlog channel. That's what's next. As a matter of fact, I am going to also mention that the number one question that I got asked was equipment and how I set up my podcast. I will be doing an equipment video and I'll be doing a production video. I'll most likely be doing some sort of an informational one of those on my vlog channel, just because I want to separate those learning times from a podcast, because people are here for escapism, not to learn, not necessarily, at least not on my podcast. So on my vlog channel, I'll be diving in deeper onto the actual like physical part of the podcast. So again, it's Kicking It with Katelyn Vlogs, KIWK, all capitalized, capital VLOGS. I'll have it right here on the screen. And yeah. So that is going to do it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. Congratulations to all of us for reaching 100 subscribers. This is a group effort. It's not just a me thing. We reached 100 subs. 100 people are in our community, and there will be more in the future because I'm speaking it into existence. Thanks for sitting here and catching up with me. I know it's been a really long time since I've had a solo episode, but I did enjoy it. More than likely, when I move to the Dallas area, I'm going to be doing a couple solo episodes, and it'll be really fun just because, you know, my life is going to change drastically. So I'll be there to update you on every little thing. Make sure that you're not only subscribed to this channel, but also the vlog channel, KIWK Vlogs. There, you can see the behind the scenes of the podcast and also of my life. And that's really what you're here to see anyways. So just do both of them. As for your task at the end of this episode, comment what kind of vlogs you want to see on the vlog channel. Give me some ideas. I have quite a bit stored in my dome. I do want to know what you guys want to see because hello, at the end of the day, I'm making content for not only myself, but also you as well. So comment what you want to see. As always, follow the Instagram and TikTok, kickingitw.Katelyn. Say hello to the haters on TikTok. And yeah, again, thank you for 100 subscribers, and I'll see you next time. Bye.